Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This defense for the Bears, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
On second down, Etienne once more. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
All right, let's go.
On first and 10, it's Etienne. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. You look at this Bears defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
On red.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. Dante Pettis deep for Chicago. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Odunze. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards there for number 15.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The Bears at a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You look at this Bears defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple of touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Lion, 11, Agate.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, first and 15.
24. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Straight ahead, ETN. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 4. Another tote for ETN. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down and less than a yard.
red, on red.
They'll run with ETN. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
ETN up the middle. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here we go.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. And they'll run it here. And this is not going to work as planned. It'll be blown up behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make it.
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Hey, Ron!
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's 2nd and 3. Etienne once more. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now Lawrence to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, go.
They go play action now. Lawrence under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Andrew Billings collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Thomas has got it, complete.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Red on red. 11.
Lawrence going to throw again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
13, Luke.
Now Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Sink right.
Again, it's Lawrence. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second and 10.
Hey, run!
Here's a give to Etienne. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Red 23.
Lawrence will throw. It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have one half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A pass complete to Odunze. He's still on his feet. He's on his way. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Rome Odunze. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Play action. It's Lawrence. The pass complete to Ingram on the crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
go, go. Go, go. Take right open, open. Here we go, son.
Back to throw. Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football, but right now they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
A short throw to Ingram. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
It's a throw again is Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brian Thomas with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jags are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag, and they'll accept that penalty. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. No wasted time from Channing Tindall on that play. He got back there in a hurry and met him to stop him for a loss.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Go.
Throwing is Williams. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one, Williams loses the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, and pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Hey, Jupiter.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Evan Ingram, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
He'll get this to the longtime Charger. It's Keenan Allen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Here's Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Working out of the gun, Williams. He's got Allen. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go. Here's Williams. Pass taken in by Kmet. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet from 10 yards out. And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Santos with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Second and a couple.
On red.
A handoff for Etienne. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
A short throw to Ingram. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And Ingram really came into his own a season ago as we saw him surpass 100 catches and nearly 1,000 yards for the first time in his career. He's become a major focal point for this offense, and his explosiveness can really power what they do.
Rip, 23.
Etienne with it. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Easy. Hey, kill. Silver.
Now Lawrence. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Hey, easy. Route. Here we go, sir.
Draw play, Etienne. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
On second down, Etienne once more. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss, because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Set up.
Looking to throw is Williams. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Devin Lloyd able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. Now inside the 25, down inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Keenan Allen, 48 yards. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Decent 24.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Hey, hey.
That one looks like he'll throw here. A short throw to Ingram.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Throwing now, Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Red.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Hey, run!
On 3rd down, here's ETN. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle 3rd of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to swell the lead to 6. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and that will keep this a 3-point game. So in a game that's been full of twists and turns, here's another with time winding down.
And now, as you say, time's obviously a huge factor. But all you're looking for now is 3. So one big play, maybe a penalty, and you might get that shot after all.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Back to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for Jacksonville, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.